Oh, we have all this stuff in the board. Oh, you're going backwards?
I'll go all the way backwards.
It's like shuffling.
I'd like to start out with saying that I apologize that when we came in, the room got so much warmer. It's a problem, we try to help it. Our business is the Mosaic Music Art Center, and I'm Andrew Budd, and I'm a senior at Lawrenceburg High School.
I'm Isaac Hildebrand, and I'm also a senior. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so who are we, and what makes us different? First of all, there are no fine arts centers around. The closest one to us is in Greater Cincinnati. Also, we are young, motivated, and passionate about music. Music has been, for me, a gigantic part of who I am. It's helped me through so much in my life, and through this business, we hope to pass that on to younger people.
I'm also very passionate about music. I grew up, both my parents are music educators, and it is what I want to do with the rest of my life, and I just want to show other people how music has influenced me and really changed me as a person and impacted my life. And I would like to go on and say that with our Fine Arts Center, we want to make it a business that's flexible for the people that live here in Dearborn County. I know that for myself, I'm involved in many activities, and I know a lot of the kids that live in small towns, they're busy, and they don't have time to maybe commit all of their time towards music. Oh, you know. And so we want, with our Fine Arts Center, we want to make times that are good for our consumers. And we're looking at reaching kids at those who maybe are looking to study music and are very serious, or even community members who maybe are in college or out of college and are looking for a place to have that outlet. And we also want to meet people who maybe are beginners or just community members that love music and want a place where they can go and express that.
The idea. The MMC will be established in order to fulfill the goal of bringing instructors, from the various artistic fields to a central location in Dearborn County to provide instruction and promote the arts. Inside of the business, we will have a small retail supply store, and inside of the store will be last-minute gadgets and gadgets for, say, guitar picks, reeds for recorder, just anything that you might need. We also might reach out to third-party suppliers and have some type of agreement to where they might have some of their instruments inside of our store, and if we sell any of those, then we'd get a percentage of that.
Also with that, we maybe not take too much risk on instruments, have an arrangement where we would rent through another business.
Great. So another thing that we will offer is private lessons. Private lessons will be offered by instructors, and then the instructors are given their the room where they give lessons. They will not have to rent it. It will be free, offered to them. So we want as many instructors as we can. So we make money from when the students are signing up for the class through us, and then the money will go to us, and then a percentage of that will go to the instructors.
We also want our Fine Arts Center to be a performance venue for people who want to give their concerts, or just different community groups in Dearborn County that need a place to have their show or rehearsals or whatever they need it for. And we have recently heard that the city of Lawrenceburg was advised that to become an entertainment and arts district, and we think that our idea just goes along great with that and would be great for the city.
The business model. Our purpose is to provide the citizens of Dearborn County and surrounding areas with a home of study for art, music, theater, and dance. We plan to host recitals for our patrons to showcase their talents. That is another way that we will bring in income. We plan to, I have connections with managers and things like that, so people will pay for the to be in the showcase?
The MMAC will be established as a general partnership between Isaac and myself. We will share the responsibilities equally. However, we feel that we have different skills and things that we can bring to our Fine Arts Center. And
Right. Some of the skills that I plan to bring to the table. I plan to go to college, double major in accounting and music business, so that I will be more of a behind-the-scenes sort of person.
whereas I would like to do more, maybe teaching. Right now I really want to study music education, and so, but I also feel that I'm business-minded, so I would like to work along with Isaac and maybe bring more creativity and, get to know musicians in the community to bring people to our Fine Arts Center.
The customer. Our principal demographic are household incomes that make within $45,000 and above. The reason for that is because anybody with the household income below that, that household income they might not have the capabilities to pay for lessons that are as much as ours are. Also, our customers are seeking private music lessons, choral opportunities, instrumental opportunities, dance lessons, and public performances.
We really want to bring in some people from maybe the Cincinnati area to our Fine Arts Center for customers who maybe want to be more serious with our music, but don't want to drive all the way to Cincinnati to get a great voice teacher. I know that I personally have that issue. To get a really great teacher, you have to go to the university a lot of times. And again, our customers are going to include a lot of community groups. I know, maybe the high schools or the Rivertown Players, or those community groups. And also our customers are going to be people who stop in on our supply store to buy whatever musical things they need. If they want to rent instruments or they need to buy a reed or whatever it is.
You guys are at your 7 minutes.
Oh.
No, but that's okay, because most likely and we have to be fair, we have to keep it at
Right.
7 minutes. But most likely the judges are going to have questions that might come from your other slides.
Okay.
So
Sure.
you can refer to the slides and show those slides during this question and answer session right here.
Okay.
So.
Do you guys have any questions?
Location?
We're actually talking to Pat about Liberty Theater.
That would have to be, with our numbers on that, it would have to be looking at it after it has been refurbished, and it's somewhere we would rent. But other than that, we maybe find another place in Lawrenceburg or build maybe, so in the Lawrenceburg area. So.
And your overhead expectations? What do you think your overhead's going to be to run it? With rent and electricity and...
Overhead. We talked to Pat and Pat about it, and she said that rent would be about $3,500, and electricity, and she wasn't really sure about the electricity and gas and things like that. So that's to be declared at this time.
Something we're working on.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be responsible for the renovations because you were going to take it over, right?
Yes, no.
Oh, okay.
We would not. Yeah.
Thank you, okay.
Sorry. Any other questions?
What about competition with the event center from a performance venue standpoint?
Oh, sorry.
You
were there.
Competition. Okay. Do you wanna-
Well, there is competition, and I think that our clients will be more choral things and maybe theater productions.
So you're looking to do more something like Air and Off?
More that style of
Okay.
things. Yeah, or more theater and maybe classical things and like rock bands. That would really be our area.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you attract, and maybe there's a lot of here locally, but I know one of the challenges you had was finding a voice coach.
Mhm.
You had to go to Cincinnati. So how will you attract
Well,
instructors?
we would attract them with opening them to students in Dearborn County. A lot of them, I know a guy that I took from, he would just go to someone's house, but she had to keep so many students for him to come. So if we had a place where it was centrally located, where teachers could meet the students, I think that we could get enough students to keep them, to make them want to come, and students where they otherwise may not have gotten from, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Have you attempted to quantify, you know, you've got a high school of X amount of kids, you've got certain percentage that's interested in this type of thing, and then looked at what your population is? I'm assuming you're looking probably at kids from the age of 8 to all the way up to 18, you know, something in that. Do you have a rough idea how many people that potentially need or would be interested in this service that you've got in, say, a 30, 40 mile radius that aren't closer to Cincinnati than they are to here?
Well, I have sort of an idea. My mother is the choir director, Susan Herrick, at the high school, and she has a community choir of about 150 kids, and it goes up and down each year. And I know that I can find at least that many kids who would use our facility, and it would be better for them rather than going to Cincinnati.
Right, and every music instructor gets good from taking lessons. So this isn't, we may have seemed like it was only, we were targeting just children, but we were also targeting 18 plus.
Yeah, there are a lot of community members that love theater, and I've been with them. I've done shows with them, and so I know that they would appreciate something like this.
Did your next slide show your market? Was that what your next slide was?
This is the message.
Okay.
I think that might have been it.
Yes, sounds bridge.
Okay. The majority of our students are told or heard about us through word of mouth and our website. Marketing is a big deal for us. Marketing is the best way to get your payback, honestly. Our approach is okay. Our approach is we have it in a central location. So whether or not, so a family, say Andrew is my student, and he comes with his family who also wants lessons. So he could get family lessons, and we have all of the classes in the central location, so not only will he be able to take a lesson, or say his daughter gets a lesson with voice, and he gets guitar lessons. He can come in and get a lesson, and so can his daughter. So they don't have to travel for him to get guitar lessons and for his daughter to it's all in a central location. So that's another big factor with that.
For the record, I do not have a daughter.
Also, we're young and motivated, and we hope to entice people of our demographic to come down.
Any other questions?
Are music lessons in general, are they well, any lessons that you guys will be putting on, are they generally expensive? I mean, is it an hourly rate? Is it
most people do either a half hour or an hour rate, and it generally depends on that teacher's their prestige.
Just on average.
Right.
Well, I'd say $25-$30 for a half hour lesson.
For a half an hour.
Yes.
And what percentage of that goes to the instructor versus what would you net for providing the venues?
Well, we were thinking 5 to 10% of that we would keep, and so they would get the majority of it.
Any other questions?
Have you approached any investors?
I've had my mom and her boss. My mom's boss is about to. He's actually retiring. He lives in Tampa, Florida. Sorry, and he's actually looking to invest in us. So I have that, and I don't know if you guys know Barbara and Mike Leese.
Yep.
I've talked to them, and they're interested also. So far we have 2, but there are other people that I have in mind to speak to.
Okay.
Any other?
So is this something you guys have already, yeah, I mean, you're speaking as if you've already kind of put things in motion
Right.
to get this
Right.
going?
Yes, sir. We
I
plan.
would-
Oh, sorry.
I
go
would
ahead.
advise against a general partnership.
She's the attorney in the room.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I would do an LLC.
Excuse me. Could you say that again?
Do an LLC.
Okay.
Okay. Limited by.
Limit your liability.
Right.
Okay.
Friends of Bale, right there,
I'm just telling you, you should not do a general partnership. It's not a good idea. But an LLC is a safer method. You still get taxed as a general partnership. So.
I just want to know shit.
Hopefully one of the few things you'll learn through this process.
Anybody have anything else?
You want to have them tell, like, Lawrenceburg, right? Did we already do that
I
part?
think he did it.
At the beginning?
At
Okay.
the beginning. There was seniors.
Great, I missed that part.
Isaac, what's your
Go ahead.
last name?
Isaac Hildebrand.
Hildebrand.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, guys.